This Crankworks was an interesting section because we went out there and just the guys at Giant help us out so much with everything. And we just went out there as the whole Nitro crew. This is Dusty. I actually crashed on the same jump. We were racing, but we'd actually take time off for how many flips we did on the way down the course. And that one, as it turned out, looked like it would be an easy one to flip, but was not. So Dusty and I both crashed on that. Just such a rad place. I mean, Crankworks and Whistler, all the Crankworks events are amazing, but Whistler is one of my favorite locations to ever ride. I don't even think they were supposed to be up there. That was kind of an off zone. But the whip contest, man, if you have a chance to go to Whistler and do the whip contest, I was eliminated after the first round. So I went and hung out with some of the locals along the sidelines and just had a great time. But Dusty Weigel made it to the third round, which was pretty good in the final round. His whips were really good, but he ended up crashing really hard. Actually, well, just like this guy. So this is Gavin. He made the final round of 32 in the pro class. So that was pretty cool. But obviously he was 32nd and he drew number 1, which was, not going to work. So he decided to backflip. So this was actually Colin Lund again, our filmer. Got taken out by Ethan on that one. Dusty making it to the final round of the whip contest before not bringing it back. And that's me. I already had what I thought was a broken ankle pretty much at the time. So anyway, watching the other guys in the final whip contest because I can't whip it at all. Anyway, what an amazing experience. So thanks to all the guys at Giant for setting that up.
So Rory Bushfield, Bushy Wayne, is pretty much just an amazing person all the way around, and he could do pretty much about anything. We needed to fill a section in the movie, and Travis is like, what do you think? Should we get Bushy a section? I said, yeah, let's see what he could come up with. Within a day, he sent us like about 116 clips. And I'm like, wow, that made it easy. And then a week came by, and here's another like 100 clips. And he just never stopped filming and being passionate to push his section because it was a pretty amazing thing between jumping off cliffs, jumping out of planes, skiing, which that's his occupation as a professional skier. His friend John James, who's a rapper, scored the whole segment for him for the music, and I loved it right off the bat. It was just an amazing section with the music and the actual organic feel, like the Three Amigos section. We let them just, do whatever they wanted, and they took advantage of it, and they conquered. It's pretty amazing stuff.
His wife, Sarah Burke, one of the gnarliest women I've ever known in my life, ended up passing away on a half pipe, and it's just such a sad story. But everything that he does now, it's really for Sarah, and it's just pretty cool to have that. Even this song, it was kind of a tribute song to Sarah, so really wanted to put that song in. It's a little different than the feel of most of the other music that we have, but definitely fun and just a really good friend of Nitro. So pretty cool to have everything kind of come together. And this was, again, a last-minute section that we just thought we owed it to Bushy, being how he's such a badass and one of the most fun and awesome, well-rounded action figures we've ever met. So thank you for all the footage, and thanks for the awesome section, man. Comb Over Steve. Comb Over is really cool because he actually is a ramp builder. The hair, what's really interesting about the hair. So the big cul-de-sac that he's got on the front, he used to have a mohawk. And he was 20 years old. He used paint thinner to get the paint out of the hair, and the hair never grew back. It burnt off the hair follicles.
That's what I do on everything.
Keep not thinking.
If you don't think, it'll be perfect.
I don't think until I'm off the ramp, like, uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what did I do?
Anyway, he went out this time and went to do a front flip, but forgot to shift to second gear. So he tried that in first gear, obviously didn't work. This time, he was kind of rushed. I don't know why, but didn't buckle his helmet. So watch his helmet right here. Yep. I mean, typical guy, almost impossible to hurt him, invincible. Dusty and I were not going to front flip this day. Straight into the sunlight, freezing cold. It was our last day of filming. And we're like, you know what? We don't need it. And Steve comes out and, against our better judgment, does a front flip. So he was really the first of us to land a front flip to dirt. This mulch pile, I was not happy about landing there. I'm too old to take hits like that, but I figured if I just kept getting up, I'd be okay. So got kind of lucky there. So we worked for so long on the better roses, and then this is a modified version. So it's a little less kick, so you can do longer distance jumps. This is another modified version, third gear pinned, huge step up. It really, I don't know why it just doesn't do it justice, but it's almost 60 feet from ground level to where you land up there. So that was pretty rad. That was one of my biggest accomplishments I've ever done. But I mean, this right here, Dusty and I were so scared. Both of our first ever attempts doing front flip, and we decided to do it side by side just in case one of us got hurt. And Dusty ended up breaking his ankle right there. So Jolene, gnarly. I mean, only girl to ever front flip. When you commit off the lip, it gets it going pretty good with this. The kicker, the Bed of Roses. Still, it's really, really difficult to slow down your momentum or speed up your momentum on a front flip. Maybe just because I haven't had enough front flip experience. It's once you're off the lip, you've got nothing. So it's really difficult, especially for Jolene. She just doesn't have enough mass to really slow down that bike. But such a tough girl. And she actually crashed, I think 6 or 7 times before landing that and just refused to give up. And everyone was kind of standing back. She dropped the bike and was like, "Woosah." She's like, "Okay, come give me a hug. I am awesome." And, good job, Jolene. So proud of you. Okay, so this next section, Ricky Bobby. I'm on fire, Ricky Bobby. Everyone thought this was hilarious. So it was one of the scariest moments of my life. So I wake up, right? And I mean, not that I was out for long or really was even out. I just don't remember anything up until this point. And so I'm trying to figure out where I am. I'm like, okay, no goggles. All right, wait, am I in a vehicle? Yep. Okay, that's a shift lever. Wait a minute. Okay, how do I get my helmet off? Where am I? Why am I sideways? What's going on? And then, so there's fire on the backside of the truck, and they use the fire extinguishers to get it off. Now, I hit my head to a point where I can't really see. I just got dots and stars. I can smell fuel. There's wet stuff on me, and I know that there's fire. My thought process is I am getting drenched, and I'm about to light up and burn to death, and I have no idea where I am or what's going on. So anyway, I thought that was a really good lead into the crash section.
We had countless hours of footage, and to really gauge what was gnarly and what wasn't was a hard task. There's so much gnarly stuff in the movie, and there was a lot of crashes, believe it or not. But we really wanted to produce a crash section like our old DVDs that really put in perspective what these athletes go through.
The Addy shot, man, I wasn't sure if I should use that or not, but I mean, it was just too good not to.
We really had to produce a crash section that was intense because the movie's intense all the way through, but to gauge it was really hard. And I'd look at Travis and be like, "What do you think about this one?" And if he said it was gnarly, yeah, it was gnarly, and it made it.
This is my cousin Darren. He's Navy, came out with a whole bunch of his Navy buddies, and it was freezing that day, really cold. The Zorb ball. This is one of Crumb's 10,000 crashes in his first 10 minutes at the house again. If you'll notice, he didn't buckle himself in tight enough and just rung his bell. One of my favorite sections is right here. I mean, Beaver Fleming didn't even know that he just ruined 2 people's lives with there. This was me trying the Aussie roll. Man, another concussion here. It was a rough filming for this, man. Definitely, a lot of crashes. We felt like Dusty Weigel, double front flip. And this is Cody. Cody, this is our filmer. You got one shot. Bam! Right there. Just, another concussion. This one, actually no concussion, no real injury there. That was pretty good. And this is where Tommy almost runs over Bruce. Notice Bruce on the outside, paralyzed, can't move. This one, not my best judgment. I've never over-rotated a double backflip, but then again, I've never done a double backflip with the 4-stroke. As it turns out, 450s rotate a little bit more. This was an interesting thing because if one of us goes down in the Nitro live show, well, we all go down. Brandon Lillard, this jump actually saved his life. So Brandon had a heart condition that the valve was actually gonna rupture sometime within probably the next year and would have killed him on the spot. But luckily, he was unconscious long enough here that they did a full body scan and found that. So for me, I do believe that everything kind of does happen for a reason. All right, 2-stroke week. We weren't even really sure if we were going to put this in there. Like we usually don't even film 2-stroke week. Like we take some pictures and do some photos and stuff. But it's really just a week where we get back to the roots. And that's honestly, this whole film is about 2 things. One, pushing the limits, pushing the ramps, pushing what is humanly possible. And 2, having fun with your friends. Just that the lifestyle and the culture that, even though, it's not, we didn't go quite as far as like the old Krusty or the Moto Triple X's, but maybe a little further than the old Terra Firmas. I mean, this is James Smith really helped out so much, doing this, Tara Geiger. Like this is stuff that we normally wouldn't film, just kind of having fun on the lake. But at the end of the day, I feel like this lifestyle and culture is kind of what's been missing with all the documentaries that have come out, or everyone's like, oh, we wanted more behind the scenes. You know, like here's my 6-month-old daughter, Addie, and it just to have fun with your friends and to be able to do this and enjoy life and just really be yourselves and kind of live life with that freedom. And that's been a pretty rad experience. All right, so after that section, man, come up to this final section and the triple. I didn't know if it would work, if it wouldn't work. What you don't understand is that even to this bag, it's 4-foot bag, but man, it's gnarly. And if you come up a little short on the triple, it sucks your front wheel in. So as good as it is, and as much as we needed that, I mean, before the bag landing, before we were able to actually come up with this technology, they actually made that bag over the Christmas holidays on a rush delivery. They had the entire bag jump guys working, and you look how close he came to going off of it. So it's 30 feet wide, but we were coming so close to missing it every single time. And, you know, Sheehan almost always pulled right. You know, you see him right there, like off on the right again. If you miss the bag, like, I mean, you're dropping 40 feet. It's scary. Come up to that thing, 60 miles an hour, just looking at a wall. I mean, hitting the ramp is gnarly, let alone landing it. And if you were to nose into this and then drop to your face right there, I mean, it's still a broken neck. So definitely proud of Sheeny for stepping up. I couldn't have been more excited for anybody. World's worst high fives here. Just highlighted that. It's not a landing, but you're still gonna have to do this again. Such a cool experience. And then, you know, they used a lot of this footage, like the quadruple backflip for bicycles and the triple backflip for motorcycle for TV specials on NBC, which was really cool. But definitely, I talked to him and I said, look, we need this for the closing. And if you look at this, when he had the adrenaline and everything, so Sheehan always went right, always went right, always went right. Well, somehow he got his shoulder working. And he actually went straight on that one and almost missed it off to the left. If you notice, every time that we do anything in Nitro Circus, inevitably, there's something wrong with our landing. Like, we try so hard. We make everything, we get everything right, and then something's half-assed. Sorry. And I can't say enough. I mean, everyone that contributed to this film, it was a pure passion project.
So this problem doesn't occur again.
We had a full-time schedule with everything else, you know, to have Sheehan and all the guys just welding their own ramps. And this, I mean, you know, Chris, right after the triple flip, they were home just riding, and it's been a rough year for Nitro.